Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lifestyle and Culture by Sir Alex. Today, I'm going to be having with you conversations that matter most to us in the community. So, I'm going to shock you with very special topic when it comes to women. So, today we're going to talk about importance of advice for women about marriage, migration, and also personal strength or resilience, right? So before I begin, let me make it clear before I begin, right? Make let me make something clear here. I'm going to make something really clear. I do not encourage any woman to bring a man from Africa to Europe with the expectation, maybe expectation of marry or that the relationship must automatically become the man becomes your husband. I do not encourage that. If you choose to help someone and maybe in a natural good or being human in terms of maybe to Europe and later become naturally grow into relationship, right? That's fine. That's fine for me. I don't have problem with that. But to support someone coming to Europe because you maybe you travel to Africa to marry the man and bring the man to Europe, I would not support that. You should never give in that priority or assumption as part of your realistic expectation in regard to bringing a man to Europe. I would not encourage that. However, my name is Alex Onyedgin. Today, I'm going to be talking about why you shouldn't bring a man to Europe. Today, I want to share some key principles that we cover community when it comes to Afro-Caribbean women. Something you need to consider before you marry or before supporting a man to come to abroad or Europe or America. Um, these are not rules. It's not. They are not rules that this is what you must do. They are not. They are kind of something that after my research experience and education, I kind of they kind of point out wisdom in order for women to protect their dignity, stability, and future, especially if you're the kind of person that wants to marry, have children, and stay with your husband. So this is not a good advice. So I'm going to give you five simple principles, five simple principles that you must follow. If you ever think of doing it, you don't want to listen to me, don't do it, and you want to do it. I'm still going to give you five principles that you must follow. If you have this key principle, then you are good to go anywhere marry. Whether you want to bring anyone from anywhere or you want to travel anywhere to marry, that's fine. Because marriage is a key principle that promotes two people coming together and to establish future foundation together. However, if you are not ready for this key principle, five principle, do not even venture it. Do not break the rules, right? You listen to me? All right, let's go. My first rule is build your character. You must, as a woman, as a lady, it doesn't matter if you are under 30 years old right now. Maybe let me say you are under 35 years old. The first thing you need to think if you haven't done it, build your character before entering any serious relationship. Make sure you have loyalty, you have respect, and you can understand how to balance your emotion. Hello, how to balance your emotion. So before entering any serious relationship, make sure you are loyal, respectful, and emotionally balanced before you go into any relationship. Because a healthy home starts with a woman who carries strong human values when it comes to loyalty, respect, and who understand when we talk about mental health balance. Yes, it's your responsibility. So now don't get carried away when I say respect. I'm not asking to go into the context where men are saying woman must respect a man. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the picture when we talk about human rights. So human rights is talking about your self-care, your respect for neighbor, your respect for yourself, respect for everyone around you. Now, there are some values you need to have in order to acquire this character. So first, you must build your character. You balance yourself on this basis of loyalty, respect, and emotional balance. If you are not strong, yes, you cannot go and get a man from Africa to Europe and marry. So the second one is be a woman with family values. Hello? A woman with family values. This is very important when we talk about marriage, because marriage demands maturity. Marriage is not for children. It's not for babies. It's not for baby who are still on milk, right? Marriage is for those with strong bones. You must understand what it means to build a home, maintain respect, and uphold your unity. Your values will shape the kind of partner and your lifestyle that you attract. Hello? Remember what I said the first time. Build your character first, right? In building your character, you need to understand what you talk about: loyalty, right? Respectful, and able to balance your mental health. Maybe self-care, emotion, and all that. If you can do that, the next step, you need to be a woman that has a strong values when it comes to maturity, because marriage demands this. This is what marriage demands. It's not by choice. It's not optional. It's something that marriage demands. Marriage demands maturity, and you must understand what it means to build a home, maintain respect, unity, your value, because this your value will shape the kind of partner and lifestyle you attract. All right? Your energy, your values determine the person who comes into your life or how your future is going. So now, the number 3 is very important for anyone, whether you are single, you want to go into just boyfriend and girlfriend relationship. So this is very important as a woman. You must know your environment, where you are right now. Yes, you must know your environment. Have good education of your environment when we are talking about life in Europe, because life in Europe is different from Africa. It's different from developing world. So make sure you understand the system, the housing, how much rent is, how do you pay your rent, deposits, credit control, how do you build your credit, finance, immigration rules, understand the culture and tradition, so you can support any man you choose to marry to adapt into that society. Otherwise, if you can't support that man to adapt into that society, then you are carrying a headache. You are marrying a headache. Someone who has naturally money, because you know in the world, what we think is that when we talk about developing world, majority of people from Africa think man is the head of the whole. That means he should be in charge of all these things. So now, before you bring a man into being in charge of all this, you need to also have good knowledge of the environment, so that when he's going where, you know it's going where. When he's going the wrong way, you know it's going the wrong way. If you have to support, then you come in. I'm not asking you to be in charge. However, be the backup, because some men are lazy. Some men are not strong enough to engage in this kind of capacity. So if you have it, that's fine. Why I said, number 3, know your environment. So if you're in Europe, UK, America, understand the difference between Europe and Africa. So make sure you understand the system, how it works, housing, finance, immigration, culture, so you can support any man that you choose to marry as he adapt into the society, because it takes process, isn't it? Some men are smart, some men are fast, you know. However, you are not expecting every man to be the same. So your man is different. Your man, that's the man you want to marry. If you adapt your own perspective, say, I want to go and bring a man from Africa. I don't want to listen to Alex, but I want to go and bring a man from Africa. So these are 5 steps you must follow. Number 4, secure yourself first. Before, I used to talk about self-care. So now I said secure yourself first. It's still part of self-care. However, this is more practical when we talk about before thinking of marriage or bringing anyone to abroad. This can actually apply to men as well. It's not just women. So if you're a lady, if you're a man, you're thinking of bringing anyone in, make sure you have this number 4. Very, very important. Before thinking of bringing or before thinking of marriage or bringing anyone to Europe or abroad. 1, have stable job, have recognized qualifications. Hello, recognized qualification. Have a reliable source of income. Reliable source of income. Make sure you can develop a skill or handwork that keeps you employable. It's not just care work. I know care work is about caring, be compassionate, be competent. That's okay. But someone who can braid hair, someone who can barb hair, someone who can cook very well, someone who can engage in driving or, you know, all those business management is very important that you can do it. Or have good education that you know can promote your home. Solicitor can work from home. Yeah, you know that. Lot of qualification that you can do that. This thing can work from home, or I have my own self-employed, I have my own office. Be the boss of your home so that when that man comes in, when that man is having higher skills, it's going to be double. All right. You don't want to go into zero, let me say, empty drum, and you yourself are empty. It doesn't make any sense, does it? It doesn't make any sense. So you need to make sure you secure yourself first. Secure yourself. A strong foundation reduce pressure in relationship. That is secure yourself. Securing yourself help you to build strong foundation so that reduce that argument, that unnecessary conversation, that anxiety of men trying to be the head of the home, thinking self, not able to have that self-resilience or confidence to challenge. You know, when you are comfortable, you have this capacity, any man or any woman wants to come for you. So now, number 5, which is the last one. This number 5 apply to both men and women as well. This is the basis of those who wants to marry and have children. All right? Who wants to marry and have children. If I go back to the 14th century, before the suffragettes, right? Go and read about the equality, the women right in the UK. So now, if you go back then, the way I would describe women were those who have the power, the resilience to empower men. They secure men, they promote men, they support men to go to work, come back, they repair the home, they look after the children. They are the one that actually sometimes they could go to the pub when men are dead drunk. They bring the man back home. So that's well-being. They were also involved in promoting men's mental health before the war, when their own practical aspect in promoting community came out. However, when we are talking about be a role model and a community builder or home builder, this is number 5. Say, be a role model. Say, I am a role model. Call yourself. If you can boldly say, you are a role model, you are a builder, either a home builder, business builder, community builder, go for that man. It doesn't matter whether that man has brain or not. As far as you are a role model, you are a builder. This thing applies if you want to have children. A good partner is not someone who judges where a man is today, right? A good partner is not a woman who judges where a man is today. You must be able to empower, guide, and encourage that man and your future children. That is the most powerful role you can take when we are talking about leadership. So a woman should be able to understand what leadership is. You are bringing that man in at the same time, you have that strength, confidence, wisdom to set the standard in your home, because you are the power of your home. You have the power in the kitchen, you have the power in the land, you have the power in bedroom. So at the same time, you need to have that powerful role model so that you are building a leader from that home. When they step out of the door, they walk like champion, they do like champion, they are creative. So this 5 capacity, 5 principle is what me, Sir Alex, has given to you. So now let's summarize what we have talked about today. If I go back again to my advice, do not bring a man to Europe because of emotional excitement or social pressure. Prepare yourself, know your value, build a life that attracts a man who respects you, not one who depends on you. Hello? So there is how strong a home are created, but a woman, it depends on how a woman protect themselves, how a woman can have that strong mental capacity, financial capacity, strong legal challenge capacity when it comes to job security. We talk about being a role model. We also talk about secure yourself first, know your environment, be a woman with family value, build your character. So this is my message today when we talk about the importance of me advising you as a woman about marriage, immigration, personal strength, and community value. So it's very important what I've talked about today. So today's conversation, I've ended up by me telling you, make sure your self-care is the first